Tonight, from Las Vegas, Nevada, it's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports. Raiders versus Jameis Winston and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Tonight we finish off Week 6 with a good Monday nighter between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Las Vegas Raiders. Set to return it, here's Moore. And takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. They're led out by their big-bodied electric quarterback, Cam Newton.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive. That's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can. Even get started.
Brought down back at the 24-yard line.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the gun, here's Newton. Looking downfield for Jones. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. So the Steelers now in great shape to begin their initial possession. They'll be led out by the number 1 overall pick back in 2015 out of Florida State, Jameis Winston.
What you like about him? Guy loves football. Flat out loves it. Has toughness. Wants to hang in there. And play through just about everything and walks that line between creativity and being able to take care of the football, taking those chances and not. When he figures out exactly where that line is on every snap, look out, folks. Jameis Winston will really ascend as a quarterback.
Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Now on 2nd and 13. Winston. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
And sometimes it doesn't matter how big and strong and powerful you are. The defense is going to win an occasional battle, and they did on that one. Stopped him well short of picking up a 1st down.
Makes the score Steelers 3, Raiders 0.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Now a carry for Jacobs. 11 yards on the pickup, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing, because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Newton. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The numbers for him from a week ago. 3 catches, 85 yards, and a touchdown.
That was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit. And this is a guy that defenses have bit.
And now off to the races. Down right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Darren Waller, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead.
I know guys who design defenses, they try to prepare for everything, but you ignore the guy who plays tight end at your own peril.
Yeah, and he's like having another wide receiver out there sometimes, right?
Exactly right, because they're such a matchup nightmare, and they're hybrid guys. Are they receivers? Are they big guys that block? How about the one we just saw there? Catch it and go. Run after catch all the way into the end zone.
Extra point by McCrane, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will make it into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
On the play brings up 2nd and 10.
Throwing on 2nd down. Winston to the right side to Eric Ebron.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Posey. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down.
1st down, Steelers.
On 1st and 10, Winston. His throw caught at about the 5. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Pittsburgh.
Josh Reynolds, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. and it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Moore now to return. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. It was Breeland Speaks getting home to the quarterback that time.
A big loss on the play. Brings up second down.
Another try after the first down sack. Newton and a slant hauled in by Ruggs. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his feet to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice turn.
That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
1-yard line.
Just beating the play clock is Newton. Got an open man. It's Ruggs. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports.
The score, Steelers 10, Raiders 7.
Play action. It's Newton. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Zay Jones was the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
At the 22.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 14. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
A gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. They go with Jacobs. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. Here's Jacobs. Are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll run it with Jacobs. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Raiders have retaken the lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collected victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
14. Extra point by McCrane, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken from about the 12. A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We have witnessed touchdowns on back-to-back drives. We'll see if the offense can continue this uptick here.
And I know you're looking at me funny. You're wondering when I'm going to get upset watching these guys go up and down field, aren't you?
I wasn't looking at you. I got something in my eye.
That's the excuse that you always use for something like that. Listen, I appreciate good offensive football as much as the next person. When it's played well and is skillful, I'm with it. And right now, this is exciting.
Oh, the defender. And it's a fumble. And the Raiders pick it up. And they managed to pick up about 4. It's second down. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. The fumble on first down now. Here's second down. Now an inside draw. This is their fullback. And he stopped immediately there.
Carried by the fullback. Max Crosby on the tackle. No gain.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Short little throw to Ebron. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down.
He wasn't the primary target, but...
And they want to try and punch it. It's a fake. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on fourth down, this is a big call. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
10 more there and another first down.
First down, Pittsburgh.
Working out of the gun, Winston. And it's caught inside the 5. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. From the 3, second and a yard.
Brings up second and a yard.
And again this time to the tailback. And a good job by the Raider defense yet again as they drop him for a second straight loss.
This defense is really fooling around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Josh Reynolds with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate. And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he fires one incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zay Jones that time. And now it's third down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
The Raiders on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. First throw now for the backup Carr. They're going to be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
2nd and 4.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
1st down, Steelers.
A 1st down throw for Winston. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Not much there, only a yard.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Now the pass finding its way to the hands of Eric Ebron. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 21. 23 yards to pick up there. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Winston. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now the Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. Jameis again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll try and run for it. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Sean McVay's gamble does not pay off. And the Raider D, they get the football back. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Following the fumble recovery, Newton. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Newton. Gets his man. That's Tyrell Williams. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. A shotgun snap for Newton. A slant to Jones. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
Right back to Waller. He's got it this time. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. Throwing again is Newton. Man open left side, it's Williams. They'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Vegas, first down.
So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Again, Newton. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver. But it'll be second and goal. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal. Newton throwing again. That is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Henry Ruggs in the final seconds of the first half as they have taken the lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. McCrane on for the extra point. It's up and good to make it 21-17. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders.
17.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. This will make it into the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the score line. 13-7, your final score. Next, we head off to check out another game, and they were winners in that one over the visiting LA Chargers. A field goal, the difference. 17-14, the final. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they were winners in that ball game over the visiting New Orleans Saints. A field goal, the difference. 17-14, the final.
For quarter number 3. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. Now this will make it into the end zone. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. On second down, here's the option. And Winston lost the football.
The pass. Fumble on the play.
We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the third quarter as well, and nearly lost a football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time, it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in. But I'll guarantee you, if they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at halftime, they're fortunate to retain possession.
Jameis now on first down. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
Pittsburgh.
First down, Winston. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. A give to the fullback on the dive. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
From the gun, Winston. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Jannard Avery. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Well, enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the 1st, right around the 15.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here.
32-yard attempt.
And Boswell's kick is good. And that'll bring him back within a point.
Raiders 21.
So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
At their own 26-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Newton forced out to his left. He's going to take off with it. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the 1st. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
And they'll get this to Ruggs on the jet sweep. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
2nd and 12 at the 34-yard line.
Now they'll throw with Carr. Carr on the right side by Jones. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So a big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
Quarterbacks have so many options when they have a 4 vertical route because they can hit any one of those 4 at any time, often for a big gain. But to me, the key is don't lock in on any one of them. It's best for him to look in one direction and throw in another.
On 1st and 10, Newton looking downfield for Jones. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
3rd quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Throwing again. Newton rolling to his right. And his throw is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield and fell incomplete.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping it from a 1st down.
They're stopped him in his tracks. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. From the red zone now, Newton. Now they go screen. It's complete. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
On second down, Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his second touchdown of the night. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
And with that, the lead is up to 8. A 10-play drive that time. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will make it into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. On second down, Winston again. He gets it left side to Johnson. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Here's more on the return. We'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now, they're just cutting them to shreds.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Able to get away.
So keep the legs churning.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
20.
From the gun, here's Newton. And a slant hold in by Ruggs. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Henry Ruggs with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Here's McCray now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just punt.
And the Raiders have got him. Maurice Hurst in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get, because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
After the sack on first down, Winston. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to fourth down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up. They've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And here comes a big tight end as he gets set for this next drive. And some of his highlights here from this game, he's nearing 100 yards, partner.
And defensive have worked so hard at how to try to slow down tight ends. It was a lot easier, partner, in the old days, because they just lined up on the line of scrimmage, either put a defensive end or a linebacker over them and tried to body them so they couldn't get off the line of scrimmage easy.
And now?
Now, when they split out, detach from the line of scrimmage, you put a linebacker out there, they're often too elusive for him, shake him and get into the secondary too easily before someone else can try and pick him up.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a third and about 7 left.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up third and
out of the gun, Newton. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact. You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Fighting to get back to the goal line. I don't think he got there. He did not get back there. It's a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt. And if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. And this is taken at the 23.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Working out of the gun, Winston. His throw caught at about the 5. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 17 yards on the play as they try to eat into this 17-point deficit. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Eric Ebron. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So that drive, 4 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They fake the give. Newton. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why. He's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And we'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 41. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
They'll run on first down. Jacobs will fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. First throw now for the backup Brady. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. To throw is Brady. It's caught. Jones. And take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
McCrane on for the extra point.
The point after.
And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. On 1st and 10, Winston. Hitting Juju on the slant. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Throw left side complete. That's Johnson. He will go out right near the 35-yard line. And they get 17 more on that one and another first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Jameis to throw it. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. 7 yards, the pickup there. Throwing again on second down. Winston, that's taken in, complete to Reynolds. That one, a first down pickup of 8. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To the air again with Winston. His throw caught right around the 6. And the Steelers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Jameis again. Down he goes. Sacked at the 10. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Here's McCray now to add the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. Kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And that will write a finish to this ball game. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. What are they clicking on offense?
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Las Vegas, that's now 5 wins on the campaign as they get the job done here. And they will hit the road next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Baltimore Ravens come to town. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.